Niggas wanna murder Brassy. Boulevard, Mar-a-Lago, and a Maserati. Booby, black gunner, and men is still a catch a body. And if you I'm out my body.
Hey, my peoples, how y'all doing? I hope you are doing well. I am doing good. So we back with another story time. But this time, this story time, it ain't about me. It ain't about me. It's about my mom and my daddy, y'all. My mom's birthday is this week, so I thought it would be a wonderful time to tell you a funny story time about my parents. Because they was ghetto. How I got to Ghetto Avenue is because they dropped me off because they knew the streets well. My parents used to be ghetto when they was young. Y'all, they used to be so ghetto, but I love them though. I love them and they loved each other. Y'all, it was ghetto. They was ghetto. Anyway, if you're reading the title, this is the time when my mama had to regulate some stuff. The more stories I tell you about my mama, y'all gonna connect the dots like, that's your mama, you her child, y'all both. Like, it's gonna be like that. So, before we get into our lit, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all go share with other people that you know that like story times. And, bring them here so they become my peoples too. Y'all already my peoples. Don't be selfish with the love, y'all. Go out and tell everybody else who likes story times or whatever to come check your girl out, Let's get into this story time though, y'all. Okay. Boom. So this story time takes place in my father's hometown. Remember, I told y'all my mom, basically, when she met my father, she was in the state that I am in now. And she met him, at the airport or whatever. Blah, blah, they fell in love, blah, 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 or whatever. And she ended up moving out where my dad's he went back to his home state, so she moved out there. Now time progresses and I believe I'm like 10 now, y'all. Oh my god, this is so funny. Anyway, I'm 10 years old or whatever. So like I said before in the intro, like my parents were very young when they got together, like very, very young. Like my mom, she already had like basically me and my brother when she met my father. So it's kind of like, what people would call a stepdaddy, but at the end of the day, that's my daddy. Like, that's my daddy, okay? If you ask him like, yes, that crazy girl, oh yeah, that's my daughter, Anyway, but that's my daddy. So it was I have an older brother. My brother ended up staying in our home state, and I ended up going down there with my mom and my dad or whatever to his home state or whatever. Okay, cool. We here, cool. Okay. So like I said, she was young. She was a very young girl. My dad, he was a young man and stuff like that, still trying to figure it out. Like basically when my mom met my dad, he didn't have any children. My mom, she had two already, you know what I mean? And I was the youngest. Like when he met my mom, I was a baby, and that's what I'm saying. That's like only daddy at that point, at that time, that I knew right then and there. Anyways, like, oh my gosh, y'all. So with them being that young and like my mom just like upping and going, like I really felt like it was kind of like something that happened really fast in her life. Like, got, pregnant, and then you're with someone else and stuff, and then you're moving to a whole new state. So it was a lot of complications that came with their relationship. And because like, I really feel like in a roundabout way that I grew up with my parents. Like I basically, I watched some very crazy things, but it's all while they were growing up. Like they were babies who had babies. Basically, that was my parents. Babies who had babies, basically. So anyway, like with my mom being out there and stuff like that, she didn't know anybody really and stuff like that. As time progressed, she got real close with his a lot of his family members and stuff like that. She ended up finding a church home for us and everything like that. I had my babysitter or whatever, that I mentioned in a previous story time. Go check that out. And stuff like that. So she ended up creating a real comfortable life. She got out and she met new people and stuff like that. It was all cool. So in that relationship, I would hear a lot of turmoil when it came to accusations of her doing things with other people. At this time, my dad, he was in the truck driver business, you know what I mean? So it would always sometimes come up where someone was telling him oh, she did this, she that, she had this person at the house, she had that person. And mind you, at that time, like I said, their town was so small, you guys. It was surrounded by family members. So if she was to move like that, it would be crazy because it would probably end up being one of his cousins. So it was just crazy how it would come back oh, she's doing this, oh, she's doing that, oh, she's doing this. So yeah, this one day, or whatever, my mom and my dad, they getting into it, baby. They is getting into it. My dad, he's and just a little backstory on my daddy. My daddy was a party guy. When he came home, 4 or 5 months at a time, we always used to have a yard full of people, y'all. A yard full of people. Everybody wanna back then my daddy used to drink or whatever. He used to drink beer and stuff like that. So it was kind of like a kickback spot. Our house was the kickback spot. He would have everyone just show up and stuff like that, and they would be drinking beer and stuff like that. Just really because like I said, 4 or 5 months at a time he'd be gone or whatever. Okay, let's go back forward or whatever. And with that, like I said, he, it would just be me and my mom there and stuff like that. So it came with a lot of accusations of her doing this and her doing that or whatever. So her and my dad is getting into it one day, he's like, oh yeah, cause such and such told me that he said somebody one of his cousins' husband's name. And she was like, what? Who told you something like that? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, my mom and my daddy, oh, y'all, they was just so immature. But, babies having babies, really, for real. Babies having babies, living together, anyway. So she was like, who told you that I had somebody here? Who told you I had him there? I don't want nobody going around spreading that. No, we can nip this in the bud right now. We can nip this in the bud right there. That's my mom. That's my mama, y'all. So she get on the phone. She called his cousin. What we gonna name her? We gonna name her Tay. She called her his cousin Tay because her and Tay were really close, for real, really close. So she called Tay and was like, Tay, I don't know if you hearing all this foolishness that's going on about me and your husband. I would never do that. She said my daddy's name. She was like, he sitting up here saying that's what's going around town, da 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 da. And I don't want that. She was like, what? And then Tay was like, and he actually believed that. We finna come nip this in the bud right now. So boom, Tay and her husband is on the way. So this is the funny part, y'all. The person who told my father or whatever, he is in our yard. Like I told y'all, it's the kickback spot. It's a kickback spot. And where we stayed, we had a concrete area on the side of our house. It was just concrete, nothing but concrete, y'all. And a couple of cars that my dad, my grandfather, and all that had on the side of the house, y'all. It was on the side of the house, on the concrete slab, right? Boom. So, Tay come in, Tay she pulls up. My mom is outside with the phone because she just got off the phone with Tay. Tay didn't live nothing but probably like a minute. Like, we could probably step outside and be like, Tay, and she could probably hear us, okay? She lived that close. Like I said, it was surrounded nothing but cousins, y'all, nothing but cousins. So, boom, Tay come. So now in the yard, it's the person who told my daddy that, what we gonna call this person? We're gonna call him Buster. Sucker Buster. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, we're gonna call the guy Buster. So it's Buster. That's the person who told my daddy that my mom will be having Tay husband come in and out the house and all this other foolishness, y'all. Just foolishness. Anyway, so boom. We outside, and my little self just nosy. Oh my gosh, I'm outside. So my mama, she going at it with my daddy like, oh, you dumb, you sitting over here believing, and my daddy, y'all, y'all, when I say he got the tendency to make you more upset because he want to laugh and he want to joke and he want to play, and you really serious, you really mad, and he like, well, I don't know why nobody allowing you. What they go like, he just being him, just being a young him. Oh my God, just being a young him. Anyway, so Tay comes down our dirt road, because we had a long dirt road that came to our house or whatever. So Tay drive up, pull out, and Buster is there, my dad is there, and I think a couple more people were outside. But I'm the only kid like outside trying to see. And remind y'all, my mom has a phone in her hand, like the telephone, because she just got off the phone with Tay. So Tay get out, and Tay and her husband get out, like, and they immediately, you like, what's going on? What was said? Da 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 da. Let's get this straight now. So, and all of them are talking, like it's a discussion. So my dad is, reiterating what was told to him, and it's like, oh, cause you come to my house when I'm not there, and da 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 da, and da 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 and da 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 da, like back and forth, back and forth. So Tay was like, well, where you get something like that? Why would you feel like he would do something like that? Why would you feel like, she would do you like that? Like, where is you getting this from? Who is this saying it? So, boom, my daddy instantly, Buster is the one who told me that your husband, Tay, be coming over here when I ain't here and stuff like that. So now, y'all, Buster is leaning against one of the cars that's on the slab or whatever. And my daddy's like, yo, tell him Buster, like, tell him what you told me. Like, I'm not crazy out here. I'm not making this up. Like, I'm not just saying that, right? So Buster, he get to trying to backpedal, like, huh? Like, and my daddy is like pressing it, like, yo, like, come on, like, spill it out, like, say something, like, for real, y'all, say something. So then, like, they get to arguing back and forth. Well, no. They don't get to arguing back and forth. And Buster ends up saying, like, well, he looks at my dad and was like, you the one who told me to watch your house. Y'all, it just get quiet. And my daddy is like, nigga, what? Like, I told you to do what? Like, so now him and my daddy is going back and forth, because it's like, bro, who gonna tell you to do something like that? Like, why would I tell you of all people to watch my house on some, no, like, you came and you told me that. That's him and my daddy arguing or whatever. They still arguing or whatever. Y'all. So my mama, she still got this phone in her hand, y'all. And mind you, Buster is still leaning up against the car or whatever. Y'all, why my mama crawls on the car, y'all, and she was like, she said my daddy's name, and she was like, you doing too much talking for me. And then all of a sudden, y'all, she take our cordless phone and bop across Buster's head, y'all. When I say that cordless phone broke into so many pieces, it was ridiculous. And like I told y'all in my other story time, my mama was short, but baby girl stood tall, y'all. Y'all, she took that cordless phone across that man's head, and I'm just like, oh my God. Y'all, oh my gosh, she said my daddy name. She like, you doing too much talking to me, y'all. She crawled on top of the car and instantly, boom, across this guy's head. So the thing was, him and my daddy was in mid-argument. So the guy instantly, like, he go like this, and he turned around and said, to my mama, you know, he called her BITCH or whatever. So then instantly my daddy was y'all, instantly my daddy got with Cuddy. Like what I tell y'all about my dad. Take your shirt off, twist it around your head. Like, that's my daddy. So my daddy instantly came up out the shirt, you know, y'all beat the man up. Oh my God, y'all, when I say ghetto. Had to pick the man had to walk back home, y'all, because, mind you, Tay and her husband is still there, like, watching this all unfold. So they break it up, and Buster, he go back where he came from, y'all. Oh my gosh, like, I would never forget that day. After that, I always used to bring up the fact, because, like, I used to call, my mama used to have this thing, like, she was gonna ride for my daddy, y'all. One thing, me and my sister used to always tease her, like, I got your back, boy. Like, because I swear, Rita Grace earned her stripes, okay? Bonnie ain't got nothing on Rita Grace, baby. Because one thing she was going to do, she was going to ride for my daddy. She was going to ride. And if she felt like he was taking too long, baby, she was going to get it done herself. Y'all, oh my God. That was it. That, you know, it's a short little story time. But y'all, I swear to God, I will always remember that. And I promise you, since that day forward, even when I got older, like, I always used to tease my mama about, I got your back, boy, because the way she swung that phone and cracked it against Buster's head, baby, baby, it ain't nothing like it. It ain't ride or die, baby, right, say, okay? She was a ride or die, okay? And she meant that. Okay, for real. So this wraps up, like I said, just a short story time, a quick little 1-2 about my mama. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. And like I said, tell your peoples about us, because y'all my peoples, and tell them to come get a laugh or two or whatever. I will see y'all in the next story time.